I hear it.
So one more thing, Sasha. If you see the big, share the big screen. Share that big. There you go. Share that. Click on that.
Fourth one.
Okay, just give me a sec.
Okay.
Okay, so I stopped sharing this one. What I have to do is
Fourth one.
Okay, now stop, share screen. Share audio, tab. Okay, I didn't select. Okay, now share. And now I will go in the full screen. And now I will start. How's it now?
I see you now. I don't see your screen.
You have to share the screen. So hold on. And perfect. Go.
Am I sharing screen or not?
Yeah.
Good. You're good, Sasha. We can win.
This website, chesstars.com, is unique because here you can have a special experience of becoming an expert in guessing the moves made by professionals.
Who wants to be a chess millionaire? Hello, my name is Sasha Starr. World Championship for the Chess Moves Predictors, creating a unique democratic chess model where everyone has a chance to win cash. Creating something new, creating something valuable. Peter Thiel. Assumptions. With all advancement of the online gambling, chess, the most popular game played by 700 million players around the globe, is presently left out in spite of the fact that the number of players will exceed 1 billion in the near future. It should be noted that chess is getting especially popular in the countries with the largest population, including China, India, US, Russia, Germany, France, and others. Thanks to proliferation of the high-speed internet around the globe, there are now 100 million players who are regularly playing online. Therefore, the potential participants base of the World Championship should be estimated as at least 1% of that number, which is 1 million. The reason that chess is entirely left out of the gambling industry is the absence of the gambling element. There is a rating system in chess, ELO, and higher rated player is systematically wins against weaker position. It creates a very serious impediment of introducing gambling element to classical and or online chess. Now, I'd like to mention a few problems with the classical and online chess. In classical chess, while there is a proliferation of chess education, which is great in chess through schools, colleges, universities, there are several challenges in both over-the-board and online chess. Over-the-board classical chess game has witnessed uneventful world championship matches. For example, the last one in 2018 between Grandmasters Magnus Carlsen of Norway and Fabiano Caruana of the United States has produced 12 draws in 12 games. And the previous one in 2016 produced 10 draws in 12 games. Online chess has a very, very serious problem. There is a lot of cheating when players are using a very strong engines, which are stronger than all elite grandmasters. And through that, they can select very strong moves and defeat opposition unfairly using these engines. Right now, at the moment, although they're trying several sides to detect the cheating, it's still unresolved and probably will not be resolved in the foreseeable future. Here is a solution. The contest, a democratic chess where everyone has a chance to win, regardless here first rating, age, race, religion, sexual preferences, color, size. The only known chess activity where no cheating is possible is a patented contest, Choose Your Move and Win, presently available on chessstars.com. There is a two games match between two grandmasters with a time control of 25 minutes per game with 15 seconds delay each and every move. In case of 1-1 tie, there is an Armageddon game where white has 5 minutes and black 4 with a draw odds. Audience is watching the games and make moves predictions while listening to experts' commentaries plus observing hints of the stockfish, its top 3 suggestions, one of the strongest chess engines. So they have at least 15 seconds to select their predictions or bets by observing all available information. At the same time, they select an amount of crowns, which is internal currency, with no dollar value, enabling to measure the participants' performance in a contest. The amount they can bet are 5, 25, or 100 on each and every move. What makes it truly democratic that unlike a usual chess game, where higher rated player defeats low rated, excluding cheating, of course, in a contest, everyone has a chance to win. No cheating is possible. It is a level playing field. The goal is to hold annual World's Championships for the chess moves predictors. The potential participants base of World Champion is at least 1 million people. The formula, several up to 100 qualifying contests of up to 1,000 participants in each one. Entry fee is $9.99, making it easily affordable for anyone to enter and re-enter as many times as one wish. The winner qualifies straight to the final 100, where the champion will get $500,000 first prize, plus 99 other cash prizes. The possibility to win grand prize is a competition where no cheating and everyone has a chance to win would attract hundreds of thousands of participants with expected multiple re-entries. In the qualifying tournaments will be numerous cash prizes as well, media exposure, etc. With only 100,000 players, which is 0.1%, it will generate the amount of revenue equal to $10 million, and with the other sources of revenue as advertising and other sources, it's expected to be close to $20 million. As there is a financial model available with all the possible expenses, generating total profit of $7.5 million in the first year. Now, in second and third year and further on, the profit will be much larger. Again, my name is Sasha Starr. I'm a chess master, investor, inventor, and patent holder. Thank you.
Bravo! Oh my
Very
God.
nice.
Oh my God. So
Thank
can I
you.
start off with the questions or does somebody else have a question?
Well, I'm just a big supporter. I think the idea is brilliant, and I see the potential. And my question is this pitch that you're producing? Is this what you're going to say to a venture capitalist? Is this the video you're going to show to them, or are you going to show this to everyone who's a potential player?
Okay, let me answer your question. First of all, not all venture capital or capitalists are created equal. So what goes for ones will not go for others, and there will be some who will fall in love with it. There will be some others who will put it in a garbage can and will probably burn it as soon as they can. Okay, so that's a normal. I didn't invent anything. It's unclear what is the best approach here. Maybe to show to venture capitalists, maybe to show to some casinos, maybe to take it public straight away, maybe to go for crowdsourcing. It's unclear. It requires some further thought. Um, okay, I've developed financial model. It's too short presentation to go into details. I would treat it really as a teaser. All what it is, it just describes all what it is. It takes about, I figured out what, 8 minutes or so.
It's
Could be even,
beautiful.
yeah, could be even shorter perhaps. But 8 minutes it's nobody will be offended by 8 minutes because those people who don't like it they will leave after first minute and a half anyway. So 8 minutes for those people who believes that okay, it's interesting. Okay, let me hear. Um, Okay, so they will stay on for 8 minutes. Most likely, probably, I would estimate 7 out of 10 will stay for 8 minutes. 3 out of 10 will leave after first 15 seconds, perhaps. Okay, so these seven that will listen to that, and probably another three will say that that's too complicated. The four who will stay probably will ask to see some financial projections and to see really how solid the information. They will obviously check you out. They will look at the information. They will verify how many people indeed play chess in the world, how is popular online chess, whether 9.99 is the right amount. Maybe we can charge much more than that or maybe people won't pay even $5. So they will have to do their researches and do some work a little bit of that if they're willing to entertain the possibility of investing into that. So that's the way I think about this.
I think your advertising at the very beginning was spot on because
Want
you
to
got
be a
my
chess
attention.
millionaire.
Well, you got my attention with two things. One, Gary, of course, who wouldn't listen to the world's most biggest celebrity, right? He's one of the biggest celebrity. Everybody who's not even a chess player knows who he is. That's the secret right there, right? You guys know who all your celebrities are, but all of us who don't know him. So that was good. And the other thing is you got my attention when you said, "Who wants to be a chess millionaire?" Right? That is like, okay, now you got my ears. All right, gosh,
Mhm.
you become a millionaire being a chess player because, as we know, that's just not that you don't make money doing chess. So you did two great things there. The presentation was brilliant. I think as a venture capitalist, if I were the venture capitalist in this room, well, and I am, but if I were looking to invest in something like this, I would want to know somewhere because I already understand in my mind, I've already calculated, okay, there's a chance of 100 million viewers out there. Even if you got to, immediately, I'm calculating 10% at, $9 per player. Even if all you got was 10%, usually a venture capitalist will say you're only going to get 1%, right? But they don't understand the chess community like I do, that you guys love each other and support each other. So, and there's nothing like this anywhere. So people are going to come. It's like the baseball, right? People are going to come in groves. So if I were him, I would do that. And I would then wonder, okay, how much does Sasha need to make this? Then okay, this is great. How far along are you? Like, okay, you're already playing, so you're doing your beta. When you borrow money from me, what are you going to do with it? And how much is that going to make your return bigger? Right. So, say you're going to say, I want $10 million. I'm going to use it to sweeten the pot with 1 million giveaways. Right. And maybe you're going to do 5 games that way. But meanwhile, each game is going to generate, say, 20,000 viewers the first one, and you're going to increase those players by another 20% each game, right? So, by the end of the year, you're going to have, 100,000 to maybe 1 million players. So now that's $9 per person playing, and that's your revenue model that you're generating. So I'm kind of building that revenue model in my brain, and maybe you can go ahead and just build a spreadsheet for them while you're talking. That spreadsheet pops up and it shows that revenue model for them. That way they're not trying to think it. That's really what I saw was so sweet. It doesn't. I think that's the only thing, because I'm trying to do it all my brain. Do it for them.
Some visuals like graphs.
Truly one spreadsheet and one graph, and that's while you're talking. Have that pop up, and really, I think, and then talk about what you're going to do with the money. And that's what, if this is truly intended for a venture capitalist. Generally they say do a 3-minute pitch today. I kind of like the under 10, 8 to 10, because if I'm watching past 3, that means I'm in, right? And so I was not bored by any of it. I listened to every bit of it, and so that really, that's the only thing I would look into.
Kimberly is this is not my advice to you, Sasha. This is the advice that's been given to me by venture capitalists and video. They say that you have them for 3 minutes, and so if you can cut that down to 4 minutes, I think you're gold, because this is
close.
People do not have the attention span to pay attention for the entire 8 minutes. And maybe Kimberly's right, and it's 8 to 10. But what's been told to me is 3 to 4.
Well, it is 3. So when they do pitch takes now, the pitches are only allowed to be 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So all pitches have been reduced from, used to be a 5, and they've all been reduced to 3.
That's
but doing something like this on the TV show, I kind of like a little bit longer, so that all of the answers are kind of there, because generally if somebody's watching, they're not going to fade away at this point. So so I think I'm cool with it. But yeah, if you're going to go to other pitch tanks with this, the pitch tanks are 3 minutes. If you're building this that we play on the show, we put up on our Startup Masters, which we're going to put this up on Startup Masters, then I think 8 minutes is good, especially if you're showing some spreadsheets and charts. We don't have to put this one up. We can wait until you do another one, and explain what you're going to do with the money and what the timeline is of the return on investment, your break-even point. And that's all I recommend. I think it's beautiful. I would,
and your opening is great. You got us right at the beginning. And so don't lose us. Put some visuals up there, put graphics, a spreadsheet, something like that. And so it's not just all looking at you. That's my advice. Just put in some visuals, keep it shorter. If you're pitching to these types of people, it has to be 3 minutes, kind of crunch down to that. If you're doing it on Money Masters, sure, 8 to 10 minutes. That's fine. But you want to be punchy when you want to sell it. Someone to invest in you. You got to get their attention, and you do right off the bat. And then you want to be, here's the payoff. Give them punchy, kind of short and sweet.
Always leave them with a question. I think if you can wrap with a question, that's how I closed my big deal, was with a question. So I would try to wrap it so that it leaves them with a question to think, to come ask you a question, but something that's kind of opens that door, a why not kind of a thing. And I think,
what's the last question should be? Who would like to become a millionaire by investing in this venture?
There you go. That's it. That's it. That's it right there. You did it.
Yeah.
Done. That's perfect, Sasha. Yeah. Who wants to become the millionaire by being the first to invest? I mean, so one of the examples I give is for becoming a millionaire with stuff like this is John Fanning. Okay, John Finney was actually, and not, I don't know if he invented some of the video games that he was doing, but he had electronic games for chess. That's one of the big things that he was selling. He had a business, running a business, hired people working for him. And out of that came Napster, right? Napster was his glowing star, right? That's where he made millions and millions of money, was because of he figured out that, oh wow, if we could take music and stream it and sell it. So he did that, and then he invested in Uber, and I think and I don't know if he'll stop investing. I don't think he does. I think he enjoys it now. But chess game, right? That's where he started making his millions. So I like that. Why not become a billionaire? Why not become a millionaire investing in this? So
And the other thing that I love it, you describe it as a democratic chess. And one of the things that I think needs to be punched up a little bit is the idea that you don't have to guess the best move. You just have to guess the move they play.
that's
And
right.
so even if you're a really strong player, you might not always be good at guessing what they actually play.
Well, exactly. You're right. You're right. That's why I'm saying it's a level playing field where everyone has a chance.
Level playing
That's it.
field. And you can't cheat. You cannot
You can't
cheat.
cheat. That's really a
You
good
cannot
thing.
guess his next move unless you're sitting there and you're saying, "Hey, Alex, play this." But he's not going to be listening to me.
Actually, I believe that this concept will even increase in need of further chess education and need for chess professionals who will provide instructions, they will provide commentaries, they will analyze concepts. Do you know, I never showed it to you, but I will. Okay, the last couple of contest I can send you. I call it something like anatomy of a contest, which is a huge spreadsheet that shows the all participants moves, first move, second move, or reply to first move by black, then white second move, black second move, or so on. And you see how many people and who bet amount, what they bet, 5, 25, or 100, and what was their predictions, and whether they won or lost or so. So you see ongoing process of all contests. So people can, chess professionals, they will find a new line of employment simply by being consultants, how to guess the moves. They can analyze styles of the grandmasters who are playing a certain game. So, for example, we can have a preview, let's see, half an hour or even an hour before the start. They can a panel of 5, 6 grandmasters or more. They can discuss what they think about the upcoming match, what they think about their styles, the opening most likely to be played, and many, many other things. Of course, all of them will be paid, and it will be provided additional employment opportunities for chess masters and grandmasters as well, of course. And that's something I was giving further thoughts about it. There is one weakness in this project because people who invest in startup, they want to see that somehow, if they're right and their investment is on the right side, somehow it will increase into $1 billion industry. In my projections, there is no such thing as a billion. However, there is a possibility to grow into $1 billion industry if the first world championship is successful. Then you don't have to hold once a year world championship. You can have it. A new game can start every half an hour, 24 hours a day, and because people all over the world, depending on their time zone, they will be playing in this contest. And then it doesn't even have to be $9 for a contest. It could be, I don't know, $3, $5. Doesn't matter what. But the more people will be playing, the more interesting it will be, and people can. Um, I even trying to devise the model where people who don't want to participate in a contest and pay $9 or $5 or whatever, they can just watch it. What's happened is they will not have a chance to win, but they have a chance for free to watch high quality game between grandmasters, listen to commentaries, see how people bet on each and every move, and who knows, maybe next time they will decide to give it a try.
Well, Sasha, I'm a big fan of what you're doing. And I want to say, we have a test subject here because Lynn has just bought Chess for Dummies. And do you think
Oh,
Lynn would be one of those people that would pay to guess other people's moves?
Yes.
So let's let Lynn.
Oops, wonderful.
There you go. You were like Trump with the Bible there for a minute.
Right.
So you got Chess for Dummies. Would you pay $9.99 to go on and guess moves on Sasha Starr's show?
You forgot something to mention.
Okay.
Well,
You
first of
forgot
all,
to mention that the first prize is $500,000 US. Now you can start talking.
I think, but I better read the introduction first.
Well, also, what I want to state is first off, the odds are so much better than if you go buy a lottery ticket. Okay, so for people who are out doing the scratch and sniff cards and scratch and sniff,
Yeah.
and I don't even play those. I just go give me the big dollar ticket number. I pay my $2 every week. But anyway, so but you got people who do that, right? But your odds of winning this are a little bit higher, right? Because there's fewer people playing. And so that's one of the things that you have to kind of show is if there are 100,000 people playing, your odds are this for winning the $500,000 pot, your odds are this for winning the $10,000 and so forth. So
But you forgot about something else. Besides chance of winning large cash prizes, they enjoy the process itself. Even if they're
Right.
if they don't win anything, but they're watching high quality grandmasters game with commentaries and enjoy the races and who
enjoy the race, just like I enjoy the horse races, right?
And it's every move. It's not like you're watching the entire game. You're watching every single move. You got interest in every single move.
It's
And
like
think of this. Think of
fantasy.
how many people are going to need to buy the extreme patches because it's so hard to move the chess pieces around.
Or
But
think about it.
but if they start to lose, they're going to have pain in their head. So
And
they're
all
gonna-
the mouse moves, you're going to have it on your wrist.
yes, and then all of that goes to benefit Money Masters PBS. What could be better? Everybody learns how to play chess, and Money Masters benefits.
And we're all on CBD patches. But I got to time out here. Sasha took it one step bigger for those of us who are not really good chess players. And he put some suggestions there. So it makes your level feel just a little bit. But it also goes, you know what? I'm looking at the horse's odds now, right? And the horse's odds say this, this, or this. And like Sasha even kind of gave me a little secret on how to maybe even make my odds even better. But he would tell it to anyone, right? Is, play that first one. But you want the one that gives you a little bit more odds back, right? You want the one that not everybody's going to guess. So sometimes I'm the one making the really weird guess. If you look on the chart, I'm the one who made like the weirdest guess. And I was doing
That's the payoff.
weirder than the guy playing all the really risky moves the other day. In fact, I thought he was reading my brain. Because I could hear somebody go, wow, he's like, his king's in the middle of the board.
Yeah.
Wow, why would he do this? I think he really just wanted to show that he could take some risk and get out there and do some moves that nobody else has ever done. He wanted to be that knight that did the war a different way. And I thought it was very, very, to me, it was very engaging. To me, it was like when Sasha was talking about it, I could hear his excitement in his voice.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. So when you see something like that, but the other thing I like about Sasha's tool that nobody brings up, to go watch the old games. I'm a historian, and how cool! I'm not a historian like one of these people who write papers on his history. I like to read about it and enjoy it. I don't research it, but I truly like watching the old games. But better yet, I like to listen to Sasha talk about them. Like, and these are games that were played 100 years ago. and you get to see the pieces move. I mean, how great is that? I mean,
Yeah. Well, Sasha,
the
I
picture of
play.
the players, that would even be cooler, right? If we had old photos.
Yeah, that's what virtual reality. We can have that. And Sasha, I played twice, and the first time I didn't do so well. The second time I got over twice as well as I did the first time. So there is a learning curve. I learned from the first time I tried to the second time I tried. I got much better because it
Actually,
wasn't about doing the moves that I thought they would play, but predicting the moves that were going to be the choice of the player, and not my choice.
Let's talk about this too. What I would like to see in your video is a winner. I want to see an interview with the winner of how excited he was that he actually won. Because right now, all I do is I hear that somebody can win, but what did that guy sound like or girl sound like who won?
Absolutely.
Because go
I
ahead.
like the way her mind thinks.
Different.
That's excellent suggestion. Ankit, you had something to say.
So Sasha, what I analyze is that you have to add some analytics on the chess starts. Analytics in the sense that people who are making the move, they also get some ratings that how they're making the move. So suppose I play 5 games and I lost all the 5 games, so my rating would be 2. And on the other end, Jim played 5 games and he won 3 games, so his rating is 3. So that way we'll know that whether I'm climbing or not. Because if I'm growing with every game, I will be more interested for the $1 million. If I'm not doing well, then you have some lessons for me how I can make those best moves, and that will give me some kind of positiveness or inspiration that I should play hard and I should play some best moves so that we can get to that as well. And secondly, people who are not doing well or people who are doing well, so there should be stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 10. So suppose once I cross stage 1, so chess starts will give me something, maybe $2 to play the next game, something like that. So that you have to keep an engagement, keep the engagement going with the audience, so that they will play more. And the most important part is that we have to do analytics to make sure how many people are coming back to join you, and how many people are watching you, and what is the airtime and all those things. Because that way we can create a lot of other aspects to the game apart from the moves. Basically, we can engage those audience in different manner. So there are a lot of things can be added apart from the guest. Only, I mean, because you're focusing on only the guess the move. Basically, my focus is to create more engagement, and then people will start guessing a lot of things.
Yeah, one of ways to do it is very old so-called multi-level marketing system, whereas let's call it Chester Associate. Chester Associate, what he does, he signs 10 people. Once he signs 10 people, he doesn't have to pay anything. He can play now for free because he signed 10 people. And each one who signed has the same rights. Sign 10 people, you're now playing for free. Okay? And so on and on and on. It could be even more complicated that if you sign 10 people and those 10 people sign out of 10 people, so you who signed the original 10 people get a little bit of slice of, say, 10, 50 cents, whatever it
He's
might
talking
be.
Lynn's language now.
Yeah,
I
that
think
could
Lynn
be
knows
done.
this.
So that system can create, first of all, many more money-making opportunities, not only for the contest holders, but all participants. There are some people who may make, by signing other people, more money than they will win the contest. That has to be investigated. I started to think about it yesterday, so I didn't really have time to calculate everything and so on. But it's one approach that I like, and I would do it.
So
I'm
as
considering
far
it
as the
seriously.
video goes, I think it's a great spin-off for getting people interested. I think if you were going to play it for venture capital reasons, I would just put a few of those things in there and make sure I have a winner at the end. And then your next question. I like that. I have the winner, and then have your next question. And I think that piecing all of this together, as an investor, my questions would be just to give you some ideas. What kind of rules do you have to follow to be regulated? Where's your banks to make sure that you're not violating certain country laws? Are you registered? So because internationally, I think there's a lot of things that you can do today and avoid certain regulations, but there are some things you want to do just to make sure. You know what? Just go ahead and pay that a lawyer and pay an accountant and pay the regulation fees. Like I'm incorporated in Nevada for a reason. Okay. If I wanted to do something in the gaming industry, I already have my secure means. If I wanted to do certain things, it's protected by Nevada regulations. So look into that. I would ask as a venture capitalist, how are you incorporated and why? And what are you doing to put up the veil to protect yourself? Those are very important
What
games.
about the online world, though? Is the online world subject to those types of regulations? Because you're not.
Well, if you
are,
do,
if you're getting money in a bank in Canada, and Canada says you're not allowed to have gaming, right? Lottery is another one. You have to be very, very careful with doing lottery kind of programs. Now, not to say this is gaming, this is guessing the next move, but
Right.
but the laws are written with loopholes so that a judge can interpret them the way they want to interpret them to enforce them. So what I learned when I own a phone company, sometimes they use those laws against people to do something they want to do. Even if you're the most lovable, wonderful man, if somebody has something against you, they're going to do that. And I watch them do that. I watch them use my phone company to go after people. Okay. They would say, you know what, we want to watch this person on this phone line. And if they violate this law, and I knew that law existed, but not a lot of people did. If they violate this law, we want to know about it. So we would put a tracker on that. And this is before these, okay? This is landline. And so I'm just telling you that, there are things you could do. And Sasha, I'm going to give you a new term to put in your contracts that will protect you. So if somebody steals your IP, even one of your engineers, you can get the federal government involved to protect your intellectual property, because there is a term now today that you can use, because I worked with the FBI on a few issues recently, and I just learned about this, that so this didn't even exist a year ago, right? So it's a new term that you should be putting in your clauses and contracts, and I'm going to give you that new term. I'm not going to give it to just anybody.
Well, Sasha, this is why I fell in love with Kimberly. Of course, then I fell out of love with her when I found out she wasn't a chess player. But I fell back in love with her when she had her Audrey Hepburn. I'm pretty fickle. But she's telling you things that you need to.
I want to protect you, but I'm only going to protect people who work with us. Okay, anybody else is going to have to pay for this advice. But I'm going to send you a clause that you need to put, because your intellectual property is software code, and it's easy for people to. But I'm going to send you something that they use in upper layer government, and the only way that they would enforce it. And I'm going to send you that clause as well. And yes, people, you have to write things properly. You have to put things a certain way in your clauses in order for even the FBI to come in and protect you. That's the only reason why I got the FBI involved. In fact, the one agent goes, I don't understand this. Who are you? You're not GE. You're not IBM. How did you get assigned to me? And I go, no, you got assigned to me. And
Sasha, the other idea here is that if it's $9.99 to buy in, it should be $8.99 if you're a member at the Family Dollar store.
Yeah, there you go. But let me add this, because I've spent back in the 80s, we used to spend over $3 million a year on lawyers, and so I know a lot about dealing with lawyers, and I have over all of the 51 years of my business career as an entrepreneur. I have to say this: how you word things. If you juxtapose two words, it can mean something entirely different. So that's why it's a good idea to use a lawyer. I think your idea is a terrific one about multi-level marketing. But what Kimberly was talking about is something that's very important. The laws with respect to multi-level marketing differ from state to state to state. So if you're going to deal with people who get involved in multi-level marketing here in the States, and I'm sure it's probably true in Canada, you really need to have someone who understands what the requirements are of each state. The same thing is true if you're doing an offering of a sort, because there are things like Reg D offerings. Well, Reg D offerings are private offerings, but they do have certain restrictions, and every state is different. Some states will say if you register them with the SEC, you're fine, but some other states like New York will say, oh, we don't think the SEC knows what it's talking about, so we're the ones that you have to get past. So that's why it's important that you have to deal. Basically, I hate to pay lawyers money as much as we used to pay them. It's worth every nickel when you do. So
unfortunately, you have to invest in certain things, and the places where you cut corners should not be the legal matters, because
yes, definitely.
At the end of the day, that's where you're going to spend most of your money. So whenever I build a business plan, I put in a lot of money for attorneys. A lot of money
So
for attorneys.
the one responding to what Ankit said, and I think Ankit's idea is a good idea, but Sasha, I would recommend one thing, and that is don't give enough information to Jim so that he can beat you, because if you do, you're going to have to buy extreme patches to put
Sasha's
on
already
your
got my
head.
number.
Okay.
So kind of like the match breaker, can you have a tool that intentionally teaches people how to lose, so that you send it to them? You're like a spy, right? We're sending him the wrong lesson package.
Yeah.
Just
Anything Sasha sends to me, I give to my lawyer.
but the thing is, people, the number one thing you want to do when you have intellectual property is you want to protect it. And the biggest way to protect it, a lot of people don't know, but there are certain terms you can either put in your contracts or certain agreements that you have to have in place. And if they're not in place and you can't show that you did it for every engagement that you did, the FBI and law enforcement will not get involved. And that's what you want. Number one is you want law enforcement and FBI and whoever else to get involved first. Then you want your attorneys, because the attorneys are going to go, whoa, this is going to be a better, easier case and bigger for me to win. And that's what you want at the end of the day. Because sometimes they might go, okay, if this is the way the wheel is spinning, I might do this on a contingency base, or I might just charge you a retainer fee, but not charge you everything until the end of the case. So there'll be a retainer plus contingency. So there are so many ways that you can deal with it. I will